In this video, we're going to talk about EDM. There are two different kinds of EDM, wire EDM, and the other is called, I usually refer to it as plunge EDM, but it's also called sinker EDM or ram EDM. Wire EDM just uses a wire, as the name implies, whereas plunge EDM uses a graphite electrode that plunges into your part. And the two different kinds of processes will create very different shapes. The wire EDM produces shapes that are only 2D in nature, so really similar to like water jet or laser cut parts, just a 2D profile. Whereas the plunge EDM, you can make any shape you want. In fact, sometimes when there are some really tricky shapes that we want in a metal part, that's another point, EDM can only be used with electrically conductive parts, which basically means metal parts. So you can't cut plastic or wood or glass or non-conductive materials with EDM. But going back to what I was saying, if there was a complicated shape that you wanted to make, and you only wanted to make a few of them, maybe you just need one part, and you can't make that shape with conventional machining processes, even with CNC machining. Sometimes there are shapes like that you just can't produce with CNC machining. You can use plunge EDM to create those shapes. In fact, the plunge EDM process is often used to create cavities in steel injection mold tooling. There are a lot of other processes that go into creating an injection molded tool. They're very complicated and expensive parts, but plunge EDM is one of the processes that might go into the production of an injection molded tool. EDM, the process itself, when used directly to create parts, is not a high volume process. It is a very accurate process. You can get tolerances down to a couple thousandths of an inch, but it's not a high volume process. So it's great for lower volume and certainly getting, one-offs, just making a few of parts, things like that, but not great for high volumes.
So you mentioned it's for essentially low volume and it's relatively expensive, correct?
It is more expensive than, for example, water jet or laser. So if you had a shape that was not terribly complex and did not require very high accuracy, laser or water jet would be a better process to use. But if you need something that's really high accuracy, also EDM, wire EDM, you can produce very thick parts. Water jet, up to a couple inches. You can do thicker than a couple inches even with water jet, but with EDM you can do really, really thick parts if you need to. It takes a long time.
There's a trend that I noticed that was when you're not doing a lot of parts, like with 3D printing, it's usually used for maybe creating a prototype to see how they function or something. But it doesn't sound like EDM will be used to create a prototype, right?
It could be used to create a prototype. It's not a production process, though, if that's what you're asking.
And a production process means creating a lot of parts?
That's right, high volume, yeah.
What's an example that may come to mind that EDM is frequently used for to produce a certain kind of part?
Nothing comes to mind right off the top of my head, but anything that requires really intricate shapes or high accuracy, or even just there's some features that you can't create with other manufacturing processes, but I can't think of anything that specifically that comes to mind right now. If you found this content helpful, consider enrolling in our signature program at mypipelineacademy.com. Whether you're an individual interested in beginning a new career as a mechanical designer or a company interested in training your new engineering hires, our signature program helps students develop the practical skills they need to be productive mechanical design engineers. Seating is limited. We hope to see you there soon.